Okay, now we got volume. Dead batteries, what a wonder. Alright, let's get back to the point real quick here. Samsung Galaxy Tab E SM-T560NU, I believe. Yeah, SM-T560NU is the model for this one. The internal LCD screen was broken, shattered. The outer glass not broken. However, the outer glass was scratched up quite a bit. Not good, but it needed fixed. So what we did, how does something like that get broken first? A back impact would do it, impacted from the back. I guess if you got the perfect impact from the front that didn't shatter the outer glass would break the inner. I don't know, I've seen it. It's rare, but I've seen it happen. Anyhow, so we went ahead, we pulled it apart, replaced the outer digitizer and the inner LCD. The inner LCD works fine. I don't even know if this is on at the moment. Indeed it is. Okay, so let's set this down. We did send an RMA request. Now we're going to find out whether we have a bad board or just a bad digitizer. We need to swap out the digitizer for the new one. Wow, they do not give you much room internally as far as that adhesive goes. We can get around it there. Alright, so that will come out before before we even peel our protective screen for the back, we're going to test the digitize. So we need to power it down. We can't do that without touch, so we literally have to lift this and then pull the battery. If we can get a grip on it, that's the other. Alright, battery out of the way so as to not short anything out. In a moment here, I do want to load up another page. That looks okay. Before I get too crazy, I wonder. That's a lot of pages to have pulled up. Here's what we're looking at. Oh, picture of me and my boy. I love it. I'm gonna like it again. That was one of my favorite pictures when he was first born. Anyhow, we have the stream up. We've got Restream, the actual client that I'm using for OBS. But now I'm trying to pull up Facebook. I wanted to see, go to my profile, and see if anything is happening there. I'm just kind of curious, and hopefully it doesn't affect the health of the stream. Still looking good, and stuff is loading. Alright, so it is live there, and it is live elsewhere. Alright, well, let me close that. Hopefully chat from every place comes in to my actual streaming client, where I'm the software I'm streaming with. Anyways, beside the point. Something I never got to look at. I just wanted to check it live. Alright, battery's disconnected out of the way as to not short out anything. We're going to go ahead. We got to lift the latch here, and then we can undo the digitizer. Oh, it's out already. Good, good, good. Now, the thing with this is there's adhesive that was sticking this down, but it hasn't been treated with heat, like heat treated to seal the adhesive, so it's going to be, should be, I can't promise, but should be fairly easy to lift. What a nightmare. Oh, except that spot. Yeah, that digitizer. Oh no, it's just the adhesive, so no worries. I was going to say that one's done, but no, it's not. While we're here, we need to clean this little bit of adhesive off of whatever that is. Give me one moment. Not happening. Let's go back. Alright, now will this work with it not powered up, or will it work with the back protective layer on? I have no idea, but we're about to find out. So let's run an experiment here. I think we need some more safety. What we're going to do, we're going to attempt to plug this in, plug in the battery, and then flip it over and get it turned on without ripping this little tiny ribbon cable there. We can't lift it, rip it, do anything. It's got to stay roughly where it is as to not damage anything. Alright, at this point, the digitizer's plugged in. Let's go for the battery. And this is the scary part, lifting both of these up. Okay, power. Alright, there it goes, coming on. We're going to find out. Let's let it boot up, see if we can interact with the touchscreen before we seal it down. Hopefully we can. If you hear a weird noise in the background, the air conditioner is running today. However, from the recording I did, it doesn't sound like it'll be an issue unless you are wearing like headphones or have your speakers turned up super loud. Then you may hear something. Okay, we have a tablet up. Let's move our whole science experiment over here a little. And carefully, we're going to lift this. Okay, so we can interact just by swiping on the glass. If it helps out and makes more sense, we'll flip it over it. I think we should be able to get the capacitive buttons. Yes. We'll hit the home button. Digitizer working. The other one did not. Now we need to get it shut down, which I believe we can do now that we have a working touch screen. And we're going to have to clean off, there's a high spot with some adhesive. So let's hit power off. Power off. We need to clean off that high spot where the headphone jack is. There's a layer of adhesive that needs cleaned up that won't let this sit down fully. About roughly from here around to here. After we get that out, it'll sit down and seal and have a way much better seal. For now, we're just going to flip this as one unit, unplug the battery, get power out of the system. Always a good rule of thumb, anytime you're working on anything where you're disconnecting stuff, whether it be RAM, a fan, anything power-wise, disconnect the battery or power supply if possible before you open it up, do anything. I understand some you can't. iPhones, and in general, phones with internal batteries that are not removable, you actually have to open it to a certain point. There's a ribbon cable, disconnect that, and then lift the shield, take out screws, lift that shield, then unplug the battery. Not my favorite way of doing things, but some are like that. If and when possible, always disconnect your power before doing anything. So there, our battery's done. We're going to unplug the digitizer again, disconnect it, and being that it's not sealed down, we need to clean this screen slightly. We have to peel this, get them sandwiched together, but that's after it's a finagle. We're going to try and get it done before the end of today's stream. Oh, and we got to remove adhesive here, I believe. Let me take a look to see what that is exactly. It is a headphone jack. Let's see. Battery, you should be okay. And there you go. Adhesive gone. That's going to help when we go to stick it back together. A couple ways to do this. One way, you have to have phenomenal alignment when you put it back together. If you want to insert the digitizer, or I suppose you could peel this backing that's over the adhesive and align it with the home button and set it down and hope you get it. Or you can plug it in, plug the ribbon cable in for the digitizer, lift the unit up, set it into the back, set this piece while holding both of these into the back, which is more risky because you run the risk of jostling around this when it's only connected, this piece when it's connected, the digitizer and outer glass when it's connected only by this little ribbon cable. You run the risk of ripping it or breaking the connector. We already know that it works, so let's get this cleaned up. We don't have much microfiber cloth. We do have this though. It's not leaving anything behind. Good enough? No. Plug that back in. Let's go for sticking this piece of tape back down, although it is largely losing its adhesive qualities. But it will do what it was designed to do for now. Battery. Reconnected. Alright, let's see what we can get out of the tape. Start lining the back up. This is the not fun part again. It's together. See you out there. The stream didn't die. Alright, I'm going to close Restream. I don't think I need it open, honestly. I really don't. We'll keep YouTube up. YouTube and then OBS. Those are basically the two I need. Unless... it's a long pause. How long was I standing there? Okay. The problem with this is getting the adhesive off in one piece without doing damage to our ribbon cable there and without peeling the adhesive up. We're actually going to lay that back against the iPad for a moment to get some more dust on lint hair off of there. We do have a few spots. Microfiber. I do have one. Give me a moment. We're going to clean that with microfiber just to be sure. A little bit of microfiber and alcohol, but we'll try the microfiber on its own. So far so good. Put this back. We have a few things to snap down, so I have to lift this partially back up. And hopefully not get anything in here. You don't have much, what do I want to call it? The glass doesn't have enough strength to really snap this back together. I like to press and snap the plastic in. And if we can't get it in, we'll just simply lift this up and give it a go. Alright, this is the point where we're removing our safety net. We can't keep pressing on something that is spongy. We need all this to snap in, and it's just hindering us rather than helping. Alright, looks good. We're going to line it up and attempt to seal this in here. If anything, I think the top is in. Digitizer. The only issue is the home button may be affected by this outer protective layer. So we need to get the corner lifted and check the home button to make sure it's in the proper space or proper alignment. And what time are we at? 4:28. Not a bad one. The Mac from yesterday, the poison apple, has been reset. Our cleanup did not work, so we may have to lift it and slightly adjust. I'm going to turn it on and test the home button and swipe functionality before we do any type of heating this to seal the adhesive. And then do that is, if you have a hot air gun, a blow dryer, just heat around the outer edge. Try to keep as much heat away from the screen as possible. The hotter the air your gun can put out, if it's a blow dryer, it's not super hot. If it is like a hot, where'd it go? Right as soon as I talk about it, disappears. If it's a gun that is intended to blow hot air, or like a hot air rework station where you have the base unit with the temperature adjustment and that, you only want to heat the edge. They can put out enough air to temper your inside screen and give it, the LCD, and give it a yellow tint. Alright, so we do have swipe. We'll test the home button functionality where it is, and if that's the case, I think we're going to leave this outer layer on. They can peel it. We will go ahead, yeah. Our capacitive buttons work. We can go back. Can take selfies easily. Thank you, Samsung, for the info. There may be one spot. No, everything is lined up, so I'm thinking it is snapped in all the way around. It looks good. It's not lifted anywhere. Let's lock it. Yeah, there's just no spots where it feels like it needs to go any further. The glass is even the whole way around. I'm going to say that's in. That was a Samsung Galaxy Tab E SM-T560NU. Second digitizer did the job. Touch is functional. Let's see if we can go and get a driver quick. We're going to plug this in and get it charging for the people. Well, no, it's at 77%. I'm going to call it good there. We can call this person back and let them know it's good to go. And this other digitizer can be sent back for now. Let's jump on the Mac and spend a moment here. This is something I don't think I've ever really covered, so we'll do this. I'm not saying you can't go get drivers from the manufacturer. Okay, so let's take a look real quick here. Let me pull this to center screen. We can see that some stuff is removed. Basically, I think it's down here. Driver package, Intel, Broadcom. So all these Broadcom things that got removed were driver packages. On top of that, when we go into device manager, now keep in mind, this is a MacBook Pro A1398, so I think a 2012, 2013 maybe MacBook Pro, 15-inch, 15.6 inch. Let's go to the repair, and here for the device manager, we see that we're missing the Broadcom 802.11n network adapter. If we look here, we don't have any Wi-Fi icon anywhere, and our network connection is not there, and this particular model does not come with an Ethernet port. Now you could get a USB to Ethernet adapter, that would work fine. The people who largely use these notebooks are mainly mobile and use it in many spots, so that's the way the world's going, more mobile. Do you really need wired Ethernet? If you do, get a desktop or an adapter. Oh, hiccups. Okay, let's take a look here now. The driver missing in question, I'm not saying we couldn't find out what that is. Matter of fact, let's try and do it how we would with Windows. Being that we are on Windows. Let's go to Properties, Advanced, Driver, Details. In Details, look at Hardware IDs. 14E4, device 4, yeah, vendor 14E4. So let's go over to the LCD, tackle this like vendor 14E4, dev, we'll take a look here again, dev 4331. And let's find out what it is. So a lot of people are listing the driver, but rather than going with random drivers that may or may not work the actual way, is to get the bootcamp driver. Downloads. We'll try for Windows 10. Let's see if this is a reality still. What are they trying to send me out to? What mess? Official page of Brigadier and download. Okay, so this is without it. Let's try bootcamp downloads. we are. Camp Soccer 515769. (2011). We're going to download this and then transfer it over to our little Mac. Our sad little MacBook Pro. Look at it. No Wi-Fi. It can't live. Can't live in the world. And if this interrupts the stream, I'm sorry, we are downloading a big file while we're streaming. Don't mean to interrupt it, but if it happens, it does. Let's flip back to the repair. 436. About 13 seconds and we should have the download ready. Okay, bootcamp is downloaded. We'll it did. Why is sound dying in the middle of nothing? Is it batteries? Did it get nudged? Okay, so we're unzipping. I have no idea when the sound went out. I apologize. Believe me, the first thing on the list is to upgrade the wireless mic packs that I have for the wireless system. It's been nothing but a headache. Eats through batteries like people eat food every day, 2-3 meals. This thing chews up AA batteries unbelievably quick, but it was in the budget at the time. We might actually get a wireless driver out of this. Perhaps, perhaps not. 45 seconds. And if this doesn't happen, then we're going to call it for the day. I do got to go to the day job at night, so. Alright, and it made it. Boot camp. Drivers. We're going to check under Broadcom, card reader, wireless, Win 7, Win 8, 64, and it's just... That is another rare file. Let's run it as admin. Run it. We'll see if we can get our driver here. Do we accept? We have to, or we can't do it. Hmm. 2017. Is it going to work? Let's hit next. Okay, so it won't install those drivers there. However, it may have got... Nope, not yet. 864, Windows 7, Ethernet 64. Let's go up. Wireless trackpad. None of the Apple brand ones. It would be indeed the Broadcom. We're going to give it a reboot quick. Restart. We'll take it back out here. Alright, open sign going off. Some drivers you can get without rebooting. Other ones do take a reboot to go into effect. We're just going to restart to try and save time, see if we got it. If not, to be continued yet again. Alright. It did take. We have wireless here, and it even remembered our network, so it is connected. I'm going to call that a win-win for the day, people. We're super sad, depressed, on the edge of suicide. Macbook Pro is starting to hold its chin up. It's got internet again. It's clean from infection. It's working. It can hopefully go back to the owner and make them happy. Our Samsung is swipeable. That's 2 wins for the day during this stream. Have a good one. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Enjoy it. Fix something. If you do that stuff, help somebody else fix something if you can. It's fun. It's a good hobby, a good passion, if you can enjoy it. And thank you for watching, clicking that link. I do appreciate you. Have a good one.